So I'm going to walk you through how to make a really simple circuit to get started here with our Tinkercad circuit. So I'm going to click Create New Circuit. And I'm going to first bring in the components we're going to use. So we're going to need a 9-volt battery. And I'm going to actually rotate it so it's facing the other way. So I'm going to push the R button on my keyboard to rotate it around. And an LED. So you might remember from a video that you watched that there is a polarity involved with LEDs. So that's why one of these legs looks a little bit different than the other. So we have the cathode and the anode. And I'll show you guys a little bit about what that means. So if we were to hook this LED right up to our battery, so if I go this positive one, and I'm actually going to change my wire to be red so it matches. And I'm just going to hook it up to my cathode to start. And then I'm going to change it to black. Oop, not yet. And then I'm going to do another wire, make it black, and go to the anode. So if I hit start simulation, nothing happened. So that tells me that I need to flip around what's connected to the positive end of the battery and the negative. So I'm going to stop my simulation. And I'm just going to click on my wires and delete them. So the black wire is going to actually go to the cathode. And the red wire is going to go to the anode. So now if I do start simulation, you can see something happened to our LED. So it actually says here that the current through the LED is 914 mega amps, while the absolute max is 20. So we're actually kind of blowing up our LED here. So we wouldn't want that in real life. So we're gonna stop our simulation again and add in a resistor. So resistors help resist the amount of electricity flowing through the circuit, and you can change how much it resists electricity by putting in a number here. So, and you can see as I put in 0, it changes those colors on there. If I did 23, all those colors changed, or 208, whatever you do, all those colors mean different values, and there's a whole system about it, but we're not going to worry about that right now. So I'll just start with that 1 again. So we're going to want this resistor to go between our positive part of our battery and our LED. So, undo that. So I'm going to click on that wire and delete it. And I'm going to draw a new wire from my positive to one end of the resistor, from the resistor to the anode. And so I'm just going to keep it at the base of what it was that I brought in. Let's see what happens. So you can see the light is really dim. And actually, while the simulation is running, we can change the values too, so you can see what changes. So instead of doing kilo ohms, we're just going to do regular. And you can see 1 is blowing it up again. If I did 10, still too much. 100, you can see it's a little bit too much. 65 is what it's at, and its max is 20. If I did 1,000, much better. So that might be almost too little. If I did 200, still too much. 300, 400, there we go. So now there's no little warning. It's pretty bright there. And that is how you would simply basically draw a little circuit on here. Remember, you can also change the color of your LED. Maybe I want it to be green. You can do that really easily also. But I'm going to do stop simulate, or actually I'm going to keep the simulation running. And what I want you guys to turn in is a screenshot of this, or a picture of your little circuit that you made. So on our new computers, there is this snip and sketch tool. So to find this, if you just type in snip So there's the snipping tool and snip and sketch. They both do the same thing. I believe this one is moving. It's going to become the snip and sketch. So they both do the exact same thing. So I'm just going to grab the new one. So snip and sketch. And on both of them, you'll see a spot that says new. So I'm going to click new. And then I'm just going to click and drag over my circuit. And it took a picture. So then from here, this is our little save icon. So I'm going to save it. And I'm going to throw it in my pictures. And I'm going to call it Circuit 1. And then that Circuit 1 is what you can turn in on Schoology.